Peter Ostrowski and the men and women of the Department of Fire Services, I'd like to welcome everyone to the commencement exercises for the 76th graduating class of the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy's Call Volunteer Recruit Firefighter Training Program. At this time, I ask that you please join me in welcoming our presiding officer for tonight's ceremony, State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski, accompanied by the official party. Please join me as we now welcome the Chiefs of Department for tonight's graduating recruits. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please rise for the entrance of Class 076. Class 076 was led in by Massachusetts Firefighting Academy instructor and retired Westport Fire Department Deputy Chief Alan Manley. I ask that you please remain standing for our national anthem, which will be performed by Ms. Alyssa Metoza.
Twilight's last gleam.
Class 076, please post the colors. Please remain standing for the invocation delivered by Father Michael Racine.
Good and gracious God, we have many things to be thankful for tonight. We begin by asking God's blessings upon our young men and women who have responded to a very beautiful call of service, who have given of many hours of training, many hours of giving up, many moments of freedom so that they can continue to learn and to love the very beautiful gift of service to their respective communities in times of need. We give thanks for their instructors who have graciously given of their time, their talent, their love, and their dedication to give them the very best of training so that when called upon, they will respond with utmost service. And we give thanks for their families who have given their love, their support to their respective family members as they respond to this wonderful gift. We ask you to guide, to protect each and every one of our new recruits who will graduate this evening, that as they have responded to this call of service, that they will respond with dedication, faithfulness, and service to the call that they have responded to. Amen.
Please be seated. Again, welcome everyone. My name is Joseph Klusnick, and I currently serve as the Deputy Director of the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy. I'd like to take a moment to let you know who I have the pleasure of sharing the stage with this evening. I will start with the individual nearest to me. He is the retired Chief of the Uxbridge Fire Department. He is the presiding officer for today's ceremony and the head of the Massachusetts Department of Fire Services, State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski. Next to the Marshal is the Deputy Chief of the West Newbury Fire Department, who also happens to oversee all operations of the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy throughout the state, Director David Evans. You met the next individual. He is the Chaplain for the Fall River Fire Department, Father Michael Racine. Next to the chaplain is a member of the Massachusetts Fire Training Council, the group that puts forth and oversees all policies regarding training for the Academy throughout the Commonwealth, from the Rehoboth Fire Department, Chief Frank Baresi. It is the mission of the Corps Volunteer Firefighter Training Program to take a group of youngsters new to the fire service, introduce them to the history of the fire service, prepare them for the challenges that they will be facing, probably starting tonight, and then for the challenges they're guaranteed to face in the future. That's a very unenviable task, but the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy is blessed to have at the head of the program, on my far left, he also happens to be the Deputy Chief of the Northampton Fire Department, the Chief of the Westhampton Fire Department, Program Coordinator, Mr. Christopher Norris. And to his right, he is ably assisted by the Deputy Chief of the Leicester Fire Department, Assistant Program Coordinator, Mr. Michael Dupuy. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of introducing our State Fire Marshal, Peter Ostrowski.
Thank you. Wasn't set for the short guy. That's good. Thank you. That's going to fall off. I'll just warn Joe right now. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to join you tonight and to bring the well wishes and congratulations from the men and women of the Massachusetts Department of Fire Services. As you may know, the Massachusetts Department of Fire Services has the responsibility to support local fire departments across our Commonwealth. As a support agency, we do that through a variety of functions throughout the department, and certainly the most visible and well-received organization within our department is the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy. And I have the privilege of working every day with professionals in our organization, and tonight I want to just pay tribute for a moment here to the men and women that you see standing on the sidelines and the folks they represent, the instructional staff and the support staff of the Firefighting Academy. We're very fortunate in our mission to have these folks and the people they work alongside of who our organization is supported through their knowledge, expertise, abilities. The fact of the matter is the majority, all of our instructors are fire service personnel, active or retired, who want to give back to our industry, who want to make sure that our brother and sister firefighters are safe and that they have the benefit of the knowledge, experience, and willingness of these folks to share their craft, to build on our abilities, to make sure that they're safe by giving back. And so it's truly an honor and a privilege to represent them and to work alongside of them every day. Well, Class 076, you made it. Four months ago, you reported for your first class. You were individuals, came from a variety of departments, a variety of backgrounds, and had a lot of different ideas about what you might enjoy over the next 4 months. Throughout those nights and weekends that you went through your training, throughout those study sessions, and opportunities to share information with each other, you went from individuals to a team, the core of our fire service, working together, supporting each other, addressing the things, the problems, the concerns, working alongside of each other every day as brother and sister firefighters. You entered as recruits. Tonight you leave here carrying the title of firefighter. Congratulations. It's well deserved. You've worked hard to achieve that. And tonight, as we join to recognize your accomplishments and to wish you well, I want to leave you with a couple of reminders. Remember that as a firefighter, you're answering a noble calling. You're taking on a challenge and you're supporting and responding to the call of your community. Know that people know who you are when you're walking down the street, whether you're in uniform, out on an incident in turnout gear, or in street clothes. They recognize that you're willing to put your life on the line for your community, for your family, and for each other. Be respectful of that title. Remember that you represent us all and do so well. I remind you to be thankful Be thankful for these family and friends who have surrounded you to get you to this point, who will have surrounded you throughout your endeavor of recruit training, and who will surround you day in and day out for those tough times. Remember to lean on, accept help from, and support your brother and sister firefighters. Just as you have your family and friends that support you at home, you know that your brother and sister firefighters, many of whom are here in uniform, some who are here in street clothes in support of you, who have worked with you through these months and throughout your career, and will continue to work with you throughout your career, are a great support network. And together, this support network will support you day in and day out. Each of us knowing when that slight change in your demeanor or that furrowed brow, words unsaid, lead us to know that it's the right time to say the right words or not, but that you need some additional support, and we do support each other. Remember to take advantage of training opportunities, educational opportunities. These chiefs and your brother and sister firefighters are committed every day to safety and well-being through training. You have the foundation by virtue of this program to build upon. Take advantage of those training opportunities. Remember that every day is a training day. And remember that that old adage, you learn something new every day, isn't just a saying in our business, it's a responsibility. I join everybody tonight congratulating you on your achievement, wishing you well for a long, happy, and safe career. Congratulations.
Thank you, Marshal. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the program coordinator for the Call Volunteer Firefighter Training Program, Mr. Christopher Norris.
Welcome and good evening. Tonight we're here to celebrate the Class 076 of the Call Volunteer Recruit Training Program. I would like to first start by thanking the State Fire Marshal, the Director, and the Deputy Director of the Fire Academy for their continued support and dedication for this program. In addition, I'd like to thank the Fire Chiefs for their continued support and advocacy for this program as well. Running this program across the state could not happen without the logistical support with facilities, equipment, and vehicles that all of them have provided during the course of this program. A special thanks to the Fall River Fire Department and Chief Lynch, who's in the crowd with us here tonight, for their continued support in hosting this program and adjusting their schedules to accommodate all of us. Thank you very much, Chief Lynch. The lead instructors for Class 076 were Peter Raposa and Bruce Antone. These individuals, along with all the other instructors you had throughout your program, provided you the leadership, guidance, and support that allowed each of you to be here tonight. Each of them continually brought the dedication, the passion, and the commitment for all of you to succeed. To all the friends and family here with us tonight, it was with your support and encouragement that enabled the men and women of this class to succeed as well. You have become part of that firefighting family tonight, and I know you will continue to support them in all of their future endeavors. The Call Volunteer Recruit Training Program is a 240-hour training program that teaches the core fundamentals and foundations to the profession and firefighting to a national standard. Students going through this training program learn how to properly don their personal protective equipment, properly don their self-contained breathing apparatus, carry, raise, and lower ground ladders, conduct primary search in buildings for trapped occupants, advanced hose lines, fire suppression, hazardous materials, and vehicle extrication, just to name a few. These program components and the evolutions helped all of you develop a platform to be effective on the scene of any emergency. All of you have sacrificed and succeeded, and I hope that we have met all your goals when you started this program. Graduation from this program is a testament to your character and your perseverance to accomplish the core foundation to your continued learning in this profession. In addition to this program, many of you had to balance other time commitments and constraints, such as working full-time or part-time, taking classes for school, family obligations, commitments, as well as other outside interests and hobbies. You have all faced numerous challenges throughout this program, and you will continue to face similar challenges in the fire service. These hazards and challenges don't change based on if you're a career, call, or a volunteer firefighter, and neither does the professional response or service that will be received. As I mentioned to your counterparts in the Stowe graduation last night, tragically, just this past Tuesday in Maryland, one firefighter suffered a medical emergency while working the emergency scene of a motor vehicle accident and later succumbed to his injuries. Unfortunately, this serves as a constant reminder about the challenges, stresses, and dangers in our profession. Over the years, firefighters have sustained other injuries and fatalities from other causes, such as being struck by a vehicle on an emergency scene, building collapses, emergency vehicle collisions, post-traumatic stress, and cancer, just to name a few. However, through this program, you have demonstrated the core competencies to be considered a firefighter and face these ongoing challenges and hazards in the fire service. It is incumbent upon each of you to continue your training and your education in an effort to stay safe and provide the best possible service to all of your communities and return home safely to your families. I am so proud of all of you for your decision to get involved in the fire service and for what you have accomplished together over the past few months. Each of you have had your own strengths and your weaknesses, but together you were able to get through and accomplish all the tasks. Congratulations on your accomplishments and for completing this program. Continue your training. I wish you all the best, and be careful in all that you do. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Norris. At this time, I'd like to call upon the member of the Massachusetts Fire Training Council, Rehoboth Fire Chief Frank Baresi, to present the Outstanding Recruit Award, the Mott and Mcnamara Award, to the lucky recipient of Class 076.
Thank you. In November of 2003, Mott Mcnamara, a call firefighter for the town of Lancaster, Mass., was killed while operating at a structure fire. In order to remember his ultimate sacrifice and to honor his commitment to the call and volunteer fire service in Massachusetts, the Massachusetts Fire Training Council created the Mott and Mcnamara Award for the outstanding student of each call volunteer recruit firefighting training class. Call volunteer recruit firefighter training curriculum is designed to train and evaluate students in the basic skills of the firefighting profession. The course is demanding both academically and physically. Completing the course is an accomplishment very worthy of recognition. In each class, one student is selected who has excelled in the training program, and this student is named as the outstanding student of the class. This recommendation is based upon the student's successful achievement in both academic and practical skills applications. I would like to invite Chief Eric Hader or the representative chief from Swansea Fire Department to join us on the stage. I am pleased to present the Martin H. McNamara Award for the Outstanding Student of Call Volunteer Class 076 to firefighter Nathan Betancourt of the Swansea Fire Department.
This past Sunday, I was out playing a round of golf with the lead instructor for Class 076, Mr. Peter Raposa. He's the one on the far left. We try to get out to play once a weekend when the weather turns nice, except, of course, when he's not with his beloved Class 076. Now, anyone that knows Peter knows that he is a tremendous athlete. And anyone knows me, well, they know that I'm tall. So anytime we get together, our games normally become quite competitive. This past Sunday, it was my turn to pick the course. And of course, I picked my personal favorite, with the intent that would give me the so-called home field advantage. And it did, at first. I won the first couple. Peter, make sure I'm honest with this one. I won the first 2 holes. You came back, won the next 3. I won the 6th. And it went back and forth like that across the front 9 and then on to the back 9. As we were approaching the 17th hole, we were dead even. And that's when Mr. Raposa said something that stopped me dead in my tracks. He said, "Joe, let's make a bet on this hole." Now, Mr. Raposa is not a betting man, but I listened. And after I heard what he wanted to wager, 2 things came to mind right off the bat. First, the man is off his rocker. Secondly, it's a sure bet for me. I cannot lose. He bet that he could get a hole-in-one. Now, anyone who's ever played golf knows that a hole-in-one is virtually impossible. Some of us have played our entire lifetime and never received or never got a hole-in-one. On top of it, the 17th hole is the most difficult hole on the course. If I can just describe it to you for a second, it's got a long and narrow fairway. But the toughest part is in the center of the fairway where they have this large windmill. And it's got these arms that spin around. And it blocks this mouse hole of an opening that you have to get the ball through. Mr. Raposa, on that first shot, sunk it. A true hole-in-one. So, Mr. Raposa, in front of this large audience, I'm here to make good on that wager. Oh, I should probably tell you what the bet was. Mr. Raposa said, "Joe, on the 17th hole, if I get a hole-in-one, you have to invite the outstanding student up on stage to give a speech about what it's like to be named the Mott and Mcnamara Award winner." So, ladies and gentlemen, Firefighter Nathan Betancourt of the Swansea Fire Department.
Thank you. This was unexpected, but very thankful and honored to accept this. I just want to say there's a lot of people behind you when you're doing this, and there's a lot of work and there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes. And there's a lot of all these people out here. You're basically helping everybody here accomplish this goal, and thank you for that. Okay, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, the moment we've been waiting for is here. I'd like to ask Assistant Program Coordinator, Mr. Michael Dupuy, to call the roll of today's graduates. Family, friends, please don't be bashful. Come on up front and center for pictures when we call upon your firefighter.
At this time, I'd like to call up Cushionett Fire Department Chief Gallagher. Please come up. Graduating firefighter Nathan Correa. Graduating firefighter Timothy De Silva. Graduating firefighter Sean Silva. From the Avon Fire Department, Chief Spur. Graduating firefighter Glenn Allen. From Berkeley Fire Rescue, Deputy Horgan. Graduating firefighter Dana Costello. At this time, I'd like to call up firefighter Tab Shumway from the Raynham Fire Department. I'd also like to call up firefighter Aaron Shumway from the Raynham Fire Department. Firefighter Tab Shumway is the father, and firefighter Aaron Shumway is the brother of graduating firefighter Amanda Greco. From Dartmouth, District 1, Chief Ellis. I'd also like to call up firefighter Michael Cabral from the Dartmouth District 1 Fire Department. Firefighter Cabral is the father of graduating firefighter Cody Cabral. graduating firefighter Christian Cunha. I'd like to call up firefighter Mike Brocious from the Dartmouth Fire Department. Firefighter Brocious is the father of graduating firefighter Bailey Oliveira. From the Dartmouth District 3 Fire Department, Chief Arruda and Deputy Chief Borges. Graduating firefighter Aaron Bentley. At this time, I'd like to call up retired firefighter John Mesa from the Fall River Fire Department. Firefighter Mesa is the grandfather of graduating firefighter Nolan Burns. At this time, I'd like to call up firefighter Wayne Wally from District 3. Firefighter Wally is the grandfather of graduating firefighter Jacob Livesey. From the Dayton Fire Department, Deputy Ponce. Graduating firefighter, Christopher Carey. Graduating firefighter, Samantha Gagnon. Her father, Lieutenant Gagnon, will pin her. From the Fairhaven Fire Department, Chief Francis. Graduating firefighter, Jordan Cabral. From the Freetown Fire Department, Chief Sylvia. I'd also like to call up Lieutenant Paul Ashley from the Freetown Fire Department. Lieutenant Ashley is the father of graduating firefighter Paul Ashley, Jr. Graduating firefighter, Alexander Copeland. I'd like to call up retired patrolman John McGinn from Lakeville Police Department. Patrolman McGinn is the father of graduating firefighter Megan McGinn. I'd like to call up firefighter Douglas Blissey from the Freetown Fire Department. Firefighter Blissey is the father of graduating firefighter Brad Blissey. From the Lakeville Fire Department, Chief O'Brien. Graduating firefighter Dylan Hanson. From the Marion Fire Department, Chief Jack Voney. At this time, I'd like to call up firefighter Dustin McGlynn from the Marion Fire Department. Firefighter McGlynn is the fiancé of graduating firefighter Nicole Parrish. From the Plimpton Fire Department, Chief Silva. Graduating firefighter Derrick Ferguson. From the Rainham Fire Department, Deputy La Savita. Graduating firefighter, Glenn Butts. Graduating firefighter, Tyler Carey. Graduating firefighter, Salvatore Imprezio. From the Rehoboth Fire Department, Chief Baresi. Graduating firefighter, Jason Arena. Graduating firefighter, Aaliyah Wright. From the Swansea Fire Department, Chief Ader. Graduating firefighter, Nathan Betancourt. I'd like to call up Fire Inspector David Stimson from Naval Station Newport. The Fire Inspector is the father of graduating firefighter Jesse Stimson. Graduating firefighter Travis Winters. From the Westport Fire Department, Chief Legendre. I'd like to call up firefighter Anne Marie Beckard from Westport Fire Department. Graduating firefighter Joseph Dupuis. I'd like to call up Lieutenant Kirk Ferrier from the Dartmouth Districts 2. Lieutenant Ferrier is the father of graduating firefighter Kirk Ferrier. Straight there. Class, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, class 076.
Please be seated. It is now time to call upon the spokesperson for Class 076, Firefighter Derrick Ferguson of the Plimpton Fire Department.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight with us to celebrate the graduation of Class 076 from the Mass Firefighter Call Volunteer Program. My name is Derrick Ferguson, and I'm extremely excited to be here before you after a rigorous 4 months spent with each of my fellow class members. This class has certainly shaped us and changed us, each one of us, in the relatively short time we've been together. I would like to start by thanking each of the instructors that took time to teach and educate us in the fire service, because without them, we wouldn't be here today. Our lead instructors, Mr. Raposa and Mr. Antone, have been with us through all the long nights and challenging weekends to get us to this point. As a class, we have worked with instructors who represent towns and cities across Massachusetts, and from all of them, we have taken away a little bit of knowledge that we'll be able to instill in our own departments. Small pointers like never stop learning, or one person look away when threading a coupling have come back over and over again. And these are things that we will continue to use throughout our careers. Students have made connections with instructors that will continue past our graduation and onto mutual aid firegrounds and future firefighting classes, or possibly as fellow firefighters working together in the same department. I am appreciative of the input from those instructors who took a little extra time with us in class and allowed us to get here as a group tonight. I would like to make a special thank you to Mr. Hebda. He's not here tonight, because no matter what, he was always there for us on the days the class needed him. He's always maintained a level of professionalism and patience that I know stood out to me. He may have been tired or frustrated, but he kept his wits about him and always made corrections or gave input in a manner that made you feel like he cared about seeing you do well. So for that, thank you, Mr. Hebda. I could go on about all the different stories I heard from instructors or conversations we've had while asking Mr. Smith any ridiculous question about the history of the fire service, to which he always had an answer. More importantly is the fact that I will continue to praise how this class was conducted to my own department, other fellow fighters, and the future call volunteer students. To each of the instructors here and to those who were unable to attend, thank you from myself and Class 076. My experience in the firefighting academy was ultimately very positive. I may have been overtired or sore from a long weekend up in Stowe, but once roll call started, I knew myself and my classmates that it was time to clear our minds and focus on our agenda for the evening. There were classes that were exciting to me, like hazmat, and may have put others to sleep or sent their heads spinning. And there were days that we were drilled about ladders and ropes that we may not have understood the necessity, but as a class, we completed all the requirements so that we are here today. The repetitions may have seemed tedious, but when we knew those skills, they will be there for us. So instead of thinking, we will just react and get the job done. To me, I came to this class with zero expectations because I didn't know what to expect. As time passed, I learned a lot more about the surrounding departments, their members, and their apparatuses, as well as fire science, pumps, and ropes and knots. We learned skills that we use in our towns and others that we won't. For example, all of us running tanker operations with no hydrants around. I am appreciative of the fact of the effort that my classmates put forth both physically and mentally. It isn't easy finding time to get to class when you have work and family, or find time or the correct atmosphere and environment to read and study for all those quizzes and exams. But you guys did it, and you deserve all the praise in the world for your efforts. I came to this class as the only member of my department and felt like an individual. But over this class, we evolved from individuals and small groups from separate departments into MFA Class 076, and I am proud of all that we accomplished. Thank you. I need Amanda, Chris. Okay. Okay. Thank you. In front of the stage right now, we have Chris Karen from the Dayton Fire Department and Amanda Greco from the Berkeley Fire Department to present our class plaque to our lead instructors.
We certainly recommend that you come up to take pictures of that plaque because it will soon be adorning the walls of the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy at the Stowe campus, right at the entrance to the academy. So class 076, you're invited to come back on a very regular basis to visit that work of art. Thank you. I'd like to now call upon Chaplain Michael Racine to deliver the benediction. Please rise.
And we very simply pray. May the Lord bless us and keep us. May he make his face shine upon us and be gracious to us. May he always look upon us with his kindness and give his peace and grant safety to our new firefighters and all of our firefighters who give their lives each and every day. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude tonight's evening of celebration. On behalf of State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski and the men and women of the Department of Fire Services, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for sharing in this very special evening. To the members of Class 076, we wish you long, safe, healthy careers. I ask that you please remain standing as Deputy Chief Alan Manley leads out the departure of Class 076, followed by the official party and then the chiefs of department. Have a wonderful evening.